Welcome back to the Love is Black podcast. I'm Carice.
I'm Harvey.
And finally, we are back together.
It feels like it's been a while, man.
It has not been a while.
It feels like.
It has not been a while.
It hasn't been a while?
It has absolutely positively not been a while.
So what you're saying is that it hasn't been a while.
It definitely has no, it's like one episode you did without me. Like, I don't understand how that became a while. Like, when did that happen?
Every moment without you is an eternity.
Wow.
I know, right?
That was a
wow.
nice spin.
You didn't even see that
Very
coming,
nice
baby.
spin.
That's right. You
Super
don't
spin.
even know.
Wow.
Skills. Okay.
Yes. Well, just taking it and spinning it somewhere else now. I'm super excited.
Are you?
Yes. We have a very exciting couple, beautiful Black couple.
Damn right. Any opportunity to talk about love that is Black
Yes.
is always a pleasure.
Yes.
So we have.
You want to tell us?
Can I? I was going.
Yes. Are you going to tell us?
I'm gonna do it right now.
Well, go ahead and do it.
Okay, we have Kahlil and Natasha Nurse, better known as WokeNFree, the podcast. What's up? How y'all doing?
What's happening? We're good.
We're gonna talk to you guys, but we're gonna tell the people about you first. And here it is. WokeNFree is a podcast that refuses to leave anything off the table. Kahlil and Natasha Nurse talk about relationships, education, religion, politics, music, history, fashion, diversity in the media, entertainment, empowerment matters, life hacks, let me take a breath, technology, cultural disparities in the world, and everything in between. Damn.
He's so dramatic.
You're dramatic. You see how much they do it? Again, they bring a lot to the table, and hopefully we get to set the table and talk about it all.
Welcome,
Let's
guys.
go.
Thank you.
Thanks
Such a
for having
pleasure
us.
to be here. And if you see a little person, it's our 8-month-old son,
Oh.
who's sometimes our special guest on every episode since he's been here. So, such is life. He is WokeNFree as well. WokeNFree babies coming.
That's what's up.
I love it. We're going to make it into a t-shirt. Woken, or
Yes.
like a onesie, right? Put it into a onesie.
Oh,
How do you do it? A woken,
Woken-free baby.
absolutely.
woken, and then when it's time to change the diaper, you open, it's free.
That's a free bird.
You can have that. That's
Take that in advice.
Yeah.
I'm a marketing professional.
He's not, but you know, I'm
Epic.
sure that was able to be told. Okay. Well,
Disrespect.
I'm excited to get into your Black love story. So let us know, where does your Black love story begin?
Ooh, awesome. So I have a version, and that version is in alignment with the truth. And then Kahlil has another version.
Reality.
So I'm going to share the truth, because to be WokeNFree is to be honest and
Oh, all
truthful.
right.
And with
Okay,
that,
then.
our story begins on the beautiful campus of University Park, Penn State, Maine campus. We met when we were 18 years old and have been together ever since. So this year will be, yes, KJ, it will be 18 years together, and it'll be 9 years. Is it 9 years now? Or 8 years? How many years? 10 years, or no, 9 years of marriage. Yeah, next year's our 10-year marriage anniversary.
Marriage,
Yeah. So it's been forever. And how it happened was as follow. So first fall break on campus, we're both from New York. I'm born and raised in Manhattan. Say where you're from. Queens.
Yeah.
All is Queens. And for us, we were both heading back to New York from Penn State on a Greyhound bus, right? And
On the ground.
I saw him. He is a fan of the Sixers, I guess.
Well, I was a big fan because of Iverson and everything.
Yeah.
I was really an Iverson fan, so I was a 76ers fan by
Yeah.
just like bystand.
Yeah,
Choice.
he had a whole outfit, like hat, jacket, pants, like it was really dramatic and extreme. And I've never seen, for me, I would say I've never seen someone as beautiful as I've seen Kahlil. And so when I saw him, I was like, oh my God, who is this person? And I do not have a lot of game, right? So like what I thought was cute ended up being annoying, not to him, but to other people, is we got on the bus and I was like trying to essentially catcall him. Not very professional. Definitely
So that's
Me
so
Too
crazy.
movement.
I don't even remember any of that.
Oh no, we
No
lost them.
way.
I don't think we'll be using this audio. Let me edit, write a note, edit. And using the video, we'll use the audio. We'll
Okay.
edit the audio.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we can always cut that back.
Yeah, they'll come back.
I wonder if KJ's like kick something.
So essentially I was catcalling him on the bus. So I was yelling like, hey, shorty. It was horrible. I mean, I'm a DEI professional, so it was really wildly inappropriate, but I was 18. So I get to give myself grace and deference to that. But he had his headphones on, so that's why you couldn't hear. Yeah, you didn't hear me. And so apparently we had friends on the bus who apparently were like annoyed that I was making noise or whatever. But we got off the bus, we arrived in New York. He has like 2 giant duffel bags, black duffel bags, and he was like wrestling with them, trying to like figure out, I guess, how to carry them onto whatever.
Oh yeah, it was heavy and want to make sure I had everything.
Yeah, and so I came up to him and he was kind of just like annoyed with that whole situation. And so I was like, hi, I'm Natasha. We go to Penn State because we got on the same bus together. And he's like, okay. And then so I felt rejected and I was like, okay, bye. And I forgot you're supposed to try to give numbers. I have no game at all. No game. And then like 2 weeks later, there's a building on Penn State campus called the Hub, and they show movies, and they were showing
Catwoman.
Catwoman, and you came in with your friend at the time, and he has a really wide back, so does our 8 months old son. And I saw from the outline of his back that like, oh, that's the guy that I tried to like back to 2 weeks ago, and I knew it was him. And so after the movie, I was like, hi, I'm Natasha. We remember you met me before, and he's like, okay. And then we went and got food, pizza.
Yeah, we went for pizza and some food.
Yeah,
for a party.
And then we went to a party, and you got wasted, and then I came back to you to your room, and then we haven't been apart ever since. So it's really tacky and crazy, but that's
it's
our
okay.
story.
I just say I applaud you, because 18-year-old me was not gonna catcall or even like try to approach any type of guy. Like, so I applaud you for even having the energy to do that, not once but twice.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, oh gosh.
Kahlil, I have 2 questions.
Yeah.
One, do you remember what you were listening to when you couldn't hear her catcalling you?
Ooh.
Oh man, what I was listening
That's an
to?
excellent question.
I'm saying you from Hollis, Queens. Was LL in the headphones or like
DMX or Snaz, or were you listening to those?
I mean, I was listening to like everything. So it was 2008. So we're taking it back to then. Like I was listening to like Swiss Beats type stuff, and let's see. The actual song. Oh man, that's a good one.
That's such a good question.
I know. I didn't even think of that. So you know
God.
what I did? So back in the day, I used to make like, they're not mixtape, but it's like mixed CDs, I guess. So I had all different types of songs. So I'd have some rap songs, I have some R&B songs. I even have some like reggae songs on there and dancehall. Like I was into Shaggy for a little bit too. So
okay.
I was listening to some of that stuff. So like everything, but I might have been some DMX at the time, a little bit of DMX.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
That is a fabulous question. No one's ever asked us that. That's insane.
Here's my second question. She recognized you because of your back, dude. What's your back workout? Can I get a copy of that, bro? Like, how are you so wide that she's like, dude, look at that man's back? Like,
so I mean, I don't know if it's even genetic, because none of my brothers have the back either. It's like,
interesting.
I just have the back, so maybe it's because I was doing a lot of like let's see, I was doing some upper body work, but it wasn't crazy like that. I used to lift in college.
Really wide back,
I did lift in college a lot. So my dad was into lifting. He was a bodybuilder. So
yeah,
maybe I took some of that kind of on, and I was doing that in college a little bit. So maybe just like the bench press helped me, because I used to do the bench press a lot. I don't do that now. I like try to watch that lower back, but I used to do the bench press like, I don't know, 5 days a week when I was in college.
Yeah, he was like hardcore about it.
Yeah, and I was like consistent with it.
Yeah.
So maybe that helped blow it out a little bit. And I got some tips from my dad too on how to like make that back bigger. So doing a couple of things there.
Yeah. I'm not in the gym like that, if that's not apparent.
It's okay.
The struggle is real. And then this one is it is
okay. So we heard Natasha's version of where the story met. Like how does it vary, Kahlil?
What's his fictional version, you mean? Go ahead, tell him. I think it's from Fast and Furious, right? That one?
You would have told me.
Careful, Kahlil!
No. Here, let me.
oh my God. Don't worry about it. You're good. Don't sweat it.
So you want me to tell this other version?
Yes.
That I think about?
What's your version?
Yeah, tell us what happened, man.
I mean, my version, I don't know if my version is based in reality, but it's like what I would like to think of it. If I was to like make like a perfect version of Meeting, it'd be based on like one of these scenes that I saw. And I don't know. I'm gonna say it doesn't make sense even saying it. I like saying it to you, but it's not gonna make sense. All right, so we're both in a car. She's on like, all right, it's a split highway. So she's coming one way in her car. I'm in my car. I'm driving, doing my own thing. All right, there's some accident up ahead, and she sees that accident. She tries to turn the car and avoid the accident. She somehow flies out the window. I see her, so I say, hey, I'm gonna take my car off the bridge. I'm gonna jump out the car, grab her, and then land on the car and say, honey, we have to be together.
Yeah, okay. And neither of us has broken our necks, our backs, or our heads. And that's
so this is not a story that I tell in public. So
except for until now.
Except for now. So this is kind of like.
Well, I like that version. It's very imaginative.
That's a wonderful way to describe it. Thank you. That's
it's a little
very kind of
you. Yeah, it's how I imagine our love is kind of like reminiscent of that kind of story. It's very explosive. It's powerful.
As seen in Fast and Furious. What was that, 6?
I don't know what the number is. That doesn't matter. But it's just I don't know.
5.
I feel our story should be kind of like it should be better told. It should be something more. I don't that the real stories. That's boring to me.
Reality. Oh, okay, excellent.
It's a boring story.
Okay. So in your version of Natasha's, in your perspective from Natasha's story, do you remember her at all from that whole bus situation?
Yeah, I did remember because I remember her voice. I remembered her voice. So when I like to say you get mad, but I felt that she had kind of like a Hawaiian accent. So it sounded like she was from Hawaii or California.
Because my voice was probably cracking because I had not hit on someone I think you were the first person I'd ever hit on, and I was nervous, and it's hard and scary. And I encourage women to go after what they want, but you might sound a little crazy doing it, but still do it. Like,
no, what I heard is he thought you sounded exotic. That's what I heard.
That's a good way to put it.
You're phenomenal. Are you a fiction writer?
I would never like that.
If not, you should consider that after that.
That's a good one.
I'm Jamaican, and my Jamaican roots.
Yeah, you didn't sound
takes
Jamaican.
offense to well, I was born in here, but my parents are born in Jamaica. But yeah. So I'm Jamaican American. They like to, not allow me to announce my culture since they're like, "You're not born here," and I'm like, I still like oxtail and jerk chicken. Like, what's your problem? Give me a patty and let's keep it moving. Like, come on now.
You love to rep Jamaica.
Yes, I rep Jamaica. Carabana, all of it. Yes, no. Yeah.
We all from the island, so it's all good. No doubt. So we've heard the beginning, the spark of how it began. So you guys are together. It's watching the movie and all that. So explain how the relationship blossoms. Are you guys just happy-go-lucky from then on in? Is there like different graduation times, whatever, different interests? Tell us, how does it blossom and become woke and free?
Absolutely. So to be honest, I would say I have 3 half brothers, but I grew up by myself in the city. So I was extremely lonely as a child. And no one believes this because they're like, Peacock, always extrovert. And I am, thank you. And but it wasn't well received growing up. A lot of, whether it was in our own community, like African American community, people are like, do you really sound like that? It's like, no, I just try to annoy you. Like, get out of my face. Like, so I sound like this. And I was a hardcore nerd. Like, I would have great relationships with my teachers. I'd ask for extra credit homework, but students, like, unless I spoke to someone, no one ever wanted to talk to me. And so I was really sad by the time I got to college. And so finally, when I met Kahlil, like, he was so excited to like answer all my questions. And I am a New York licensed attorney, go figure, Jamaican, 25,000 jobs. And and he just loved talking to me. And I had never experienced people like a lot of people who wanted to ever talk to me. And I know that sounds really sad and lonely, but it is what it is. And I would say that for us,
that was part of the growth period though too, because for me, I hadn't experienced anybody who asked that many questions about me. It's kind of like, hey, what's your name? all right, cool. See you later. It was
Yeah.
that kind of thing. But she really wanted to get to know me. I was like, oh, that's cool. All right, hey, let's go.
Like,
I got a lot of stuff to say. So,
yeah,
hey,
like what's your
I can
favorite
answer your
color
questions.
and like
That's interesting.
what anime do you like, and we love horror. We watched I watch now, but initially we would watch the Halloween series, Michael Myers. Yes, forever. Every Halloween for since we've been together, really.
Yeah.
And I love like slice and dice, and he loves that too. And
I
other
love
people
that
are
too.
like,
Yeah, I'm really into
you're
it,
a sick people, right? Like, but no, I'm like, oh, there's such beautiful magic that happens in the killing scenes. Like, I'm obsessed. and yeah, and we love to eat. And so we love to eat good food and just have great conversations. And that's really what brought, like, kind of birthed our podcast many years ago, because the idea of us just being able to have honest and entertaining conversations, we've been doing this for going to be 18 years. So,
Yeah.
you know, we just found our love story really is the foundation of like rock solid friendship, and obviously, you know, sexual attraction and and you know, and just having fun with each other. We were just talking about it earlier today. Like, we're easy people. Like, you know, COVID happened, everyone's like, oh God, you have to social distance. And you made the joke that we've been social distancing for 17 years. Like,
Yeah.
we stay up in our home, watching movies, eating food, cooking, listening to music, talking about theology at 2 a.m. Like, simple, no drama, not a lot of friends, not a lot of, you know, time for anything other than work, creativeness, parenting, sleep, swimming, just like easiness. Like, it's like kind of like, oh, like you found your other part of your soul, you know, and now you can just like be whole and just chill and chase after little crazy people.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so I would love to know when you knew, each of you separately, when you knew that it was love.
Ooh,
When?
you start.
All right, let's see. So after we first met, I think it was probably maybe a year, when I think we were eating food in the lunch area, and I think I was talking to her and I was like, hey, you know, I love you. And it was like a Freudian slip type thing. And I don't even think she noticed it, because I said that. I don't know if you said you loved me before that, but
I did. I did.
You might have said it earlier. Okay, you might have. I said it after her, but
Yeah.
I did say it, but it was kind of like a slip, because
Yeah.
then we had like the running joke where she was waiting to say, hey, you never said I love you. You got to say it like officially. And it was kind of like 2 years after that, like there was a Valentine's Day, I gave her a card and everything. And then that's where I officially said I love you. But I did have the slip like a year, because I wasn't sure, because so I'm like a technical person. So I want to make sure everything is right before I'm going to like make this profession of love. I don't want to just come out of nowhere and say, hey, I love you. And it's like, I don't really, it's just kind of my feelings. I want to make sure I calculate that everything adds up and this is the person I really love. So that after 2 years, I was pretty sure about it. We had some conversations, and I call it a test that I put her through to say, are you really truly the one? And she passed it with flying colors. So
Okay.
I said, all right, you're the one. You're the one I love. And my love is different too, because this may come up later, but I can only love one person in life. I can't love any other. So
do not go there.
After that. No, I don't put any, I'm not trying to, I don't have any hits on anybody else. They can love as many as they want, but me, I only have one woman that I would love. That's it.
At a
There's
time.
only one.
At a time.
You can make your jokes and stuff, but one woman for me. I choose it, and that's it. My heart can only go to one. It's not big enough to love others in that romantic type of relationship.
And that's okay. I don't think we'll dive into that, but I do want to know more about that test.
Yeah.
But first,
Natasha. Is there a scantron?
I hear that was, yeah, he doesn't get to publicly share this nonsense. So
we weren't going to let that just fly on by.
Yeah, I knew it was like, pause, wait a minute, let's circle back. What was that? So mine will be really quick so you can get into his minutia of madness. So mine was 6 weeks in, I knew that I was obsessed with him and that I never wanted to stop having him in my corner to talk to about homework or to have just, again, for me, my love language is I'm all about like the cerebral love. And for me, just finding someone who's on my level intellectually, who can challenge me, but also see where I'm at with things and understand me. I feel growing up in America, sometimes it's really hard to feel understood, even within your own community. And so I thankfully went to Penn State and was able to engage with more Black people because my Black narrative was like a lot of racism in the Lower East Side of Manhattan, and it just wasn't great. And I was trying to figure out who am I as a woman, but then also who am I as a Black contributor to our community, and was able to start those building blocks at Penn State. So super grateful for that. And through his family, his mom's hardcore Black feminist, playwright, director, author, like, you know, hardcore. And so, yeah, 6 weeks in, I knew I couldn't see my life without, you know, my partner in crime. You know, this was again, like I said, it's like walking around feeling half empty, and then you find your other half, and then you're like, oh, okay, I'm never letting go. And I'm super obsessive because I'm a Virgo. And so then he is like, you can't go anywhere. Okay, excellent. Yes. Now on to your madness. Go ahead, share your test. Yep. What was that?
So that's the next question. Test. So I mean, I can't give you like a numbered question by question. Here's the first question. Here's the second question.
Because you got to wait for the book,
But,
right? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I had to think back on it, but
Mhm.
just so some of the things that I did was to kind of like test her honesty. So I would give her certain situations and see how she would react to it. So I mean,
Gosh, Kahlil, you're so evil and wicked.
all right, I won't say the specific thing, but I'll tell her that I actually have, and I wanted to see how she reacted to that. I know this is probably sick, but I did that.
Yes, you
And
did.
she still was accepting of me. And I said, wow, this person really looks beyond just like, you know, if I had any physical
Yes.
issues, she looks beyond
Love
that
is with the soul.
and said,
Yeah.
hey, that's okay. I did also like, I guess more tests of kind of like, how much does she love me? Like, will she do certain things for me, even if there's like a bad situation outside? So one thing she did was she shouldn't have done this, but we had a blizzard like Penn State,
We're in a
University
valley,
Park.
yeah.
It's in a valley, so it gets really bad there. Like we have blizzards, and it does get hot there as well. It's like extremes of both types. But so we had a blizzard one night, and I was like, hey, it would be nice to have kind of like a ice cream kind of cake. And she wanted one too, though. It wasn't just me. I didn't just say, hey, I didn't do the pup daddy like, hey, walk and get me some cheesecake from Brooklyn. Yeah. I didn't do any of that. No, I didn't do that.
Go ahead, finish. Tell them.
You just asked, because what you do is you always ask me, hey, what do you really want? It's like, well, what I really would want is, hey, it would be nice to have like a ice cream cake from the Cold Stone.
Yep.
And she went out in the blizzard, got this Cold Stone cake and brought it back, and we had a good night eating it. And that really surprised me, because I'm like, who goes out in the blizzard? Like, I was like so surprised. It didn't make any sense. Nobody was going outside that day. It was like maybe she was out and maybe 3 other people. No one was outside. Like, so
You just sent
like
her
that.
out though? Like,
Dude,
I didn't even
I
go
know.
with her?
I know. See how it sounds? It makes it sound like I did. That was her though.
I'm saying you didn't stop her either, bro.
Right?
I can't stop her. She's an unstoppable force.
I'm glad that you recognize and
Like,
real recognize real.
if I try to, I can't stop her. I want to see somebody stop her. That was
Okay,
it.
don't ever tell me
Yeah.
that.
So it's kind of like, that's kind of like a gift and curse. We're so honest with each other. We'll tell each other what we want.
Yeah.
But the problem is that might lead to somebody else being like put out
Oh,
and doing
all
something
the
where
time.
it's like, man, I don't really want to do this, but I should because they really want that. So
Yeah.
it was a lot of things like that happened during the test. And I think that's a
So you
good way to
tested,
summarize it.
you tested my honesty, you tested my ability to look past surface level things, also my commitment, right? And then also compatibility, right? Things like that. That were part of our test. I think your test, right?
Yeah, maybe compatibility, but it was really like a test of honesty and like how committed can you be to things, and how can you look past certain maybe what I feel is inadequacies with me.
So he's talking about, so he's not an emotional person, and I am a bleeding, walking, talking, bleeding heart. And so that's hard, right? Because for me, emotions is like the makeup of who I am. But I think that, in life, if you're meant, people are meant, they come out how they come out, right? And so I would never want to be with myself. I think that would be quite infuriating. and so I need the balance of someone who's maybe less emotional and more pragmatic and strategic in how they communicate and stuff like that. And so, but yeah, the whole Blizzard thing. So yeah, like for me, and what I view as partnership, and so the irony is that, you know, if it was reversed, you would never do that, and that's okay.
Safety is the utmost important.
I bet it is. I have my child here, but
Right? Unless it's her safety, because then it's like, I hope you're good.
Oh.
Don't come back unless there's ice cream cake.
That doesn't end. Like, even when I'm sick and tired and it's like, oh, what do you want? Oh, do you want Indian? Yeah. Oh, do you want to get it? Not really. Oh, okay. So because I come from a background where, yes, like women are not supposed to, but we have the opportunity, right? The opportunity to be able to provide for your household. And even if it means a bit of a flex for the woman, but ultimately though, men need to honor that relationship and honor that power, because yeah, what women do, men will not do a lot of times, but it's not right. But I for me, it's like, if you really want something, like I like to make people happy when I can make them happy, because I infuriate them when I do often. And so, you know, because I am very demanding and I'm a Virgo, so high standards of excellence, he knows I drive him crazy with that. And so it's a balance of like how to make you happy and then how to really piss you off. And, you know, at the end, you're feeling, I guess, somewhat satisfied. It's an interesting spectrum to live within.
It's a roller coaster. You have your ups and your downs.
Yes, it's still fabulous and magical. Thank you.
It's fun.
I want to ask a question. Natasha,
yes.
Did you know you were being tested while it was happening?
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, practically feeble-minded at 18. I mean, I did not know that was happening. I thought that he was, you know, not as forthright emotionally, right, as I was, but I feel like sometimes with men that I have experienced that, but I don't, you know, I don't want to speak for everyone, but I think that for me, I always just try to be an honest person and a moral person, because I have seen that be played out within my own parents' relationship and within my own family structures. I hate lies because it forces you to question not only the other people, but also like what you're thinking and what you're saying. And ultimately, who has time for that? Like, I'm trying to accomplish a lot in my life. I don't want to have to worry that, like, when you say you're going to the gym, you're really going to your sneaky league, like gym, work, wherever. I'm not chasing you, right? And we have a running
I agree
joke.
with that too, though, because
Exactly.
I don't want to look through your phone and like, who's this guy?
No.
Who'd you
No.
call? Where are you
No.
at? Like, I can't do all that stuff.
Yeah,
so
absolutely not.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Absolutely not. And so, you know, I want it to be simple. Like I said, I like peace, and the only drama I like is in my content. I like watching Young and Restless, Good Trouble, you know, things on HBO. I don't want that in my life at all, ever.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. I'm right along there with you.
Yeah.
Especially with my TV. Oh my gosh, all the drama in the TV.
Yeah,
I need it.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Let's just watch it.
It's great. And then he walked by, he's like, what are you watching? And I'm like, this is not reality. And therefore I'm attracted to it.
Beautiful.
I need it.
Beautiful thing. Yeah.
And I'll just leave.
Yeah, you know, Bridgerton, goodbye. You know, yes, let's just do this. Like,
exactly.
Funny that now that you say that, though, you know what I do each time. Whenever you're watching your show, I jump in like, oh, did he really just say that to that girl? Oh, that is so wrong. So I act like I'm watching the whole series with her, and I'll add my input. I'm like, oh man, that is so messed up. I can't believe you just said that.
Hey, you're talking through content. Why are you speaking? People are speaking.
It's so crazy though.
Why are you speaking?
I want to have like my little moments of enjoyment.
He does that too when I watch. Oh, I won't join TikTok, but when I have my TikTok and I'm going through and they're dancing,
No, but sometimes that old school song comes on, you be like, I know that song. That song is crazy, and I'll have to go off on it. Like, no.
Get your own app and join the platform.
Yeah, sometimes the song comes on. You can't help yourself. You know the song. They have
that is why I'm on the app, and that is why I upload our content. Where are you at?
That's too much to be in it every day, but I'll be in it when you're on it. That's what I do.
Okay, so 18 years together, right?
Yeah, it'll be this September. Yep.
Awesome. And so about half of that you've been married.
Yeah.
So Kahlil, where in there did you, where were you, was there another test before this whole marriage or proposal thing was going to happen? Where in there did you decide that it was time to take it to the next level?
So this is interesting too, because again, like we're very practical, and it wasn't based on kind of like the progression of our love. So honestly, what happened was I was working, she was unemployed, and basically we had some like medical things that she had to take care of. And it was like, hey, first what we did is we said, all right, we're gonna do, I want to cover you under my medical that I have at my job, right? So we'll do a domestic partnership. So we did that, and that was kind of okay, but I think it got hard in terms of like scheduling stuff, and we just said, this is too much of a hassle having this partnership thing. We're just gonna, it'd probably be better to get married. I mean, we talked about that. And then later on, I mean, maybe like a week later, I surprised her with a proposal. I got an engagement ring and I proposed to her, but it was really more of under the pretense of, hey, she needs like medical care. And that's why we got married.
That's why.
It wasn't like, it wasn't just like, all right, I already knew I wanted to be with her for the rest of my life. It wasn't, the marriage didn't mean anything. And technically, marriages wasn't a big thing between us. We talked about it before. And it wasn't, I mean, the only thing we thought about, like, hey, it's great financially, and when we have kids, it makes things a lot easier, but it never was like, all right, we have to get married because that says you put a ring on it, this is it, we're together forever. That's not what happened. It was like, hey, I need medical, and will you just give me that medical eventually?
Exactly.
It was kind of like that.
It's embarrassing.
Which is, it's pretty
completely embarrassing.
It's something you like to discuss, but it's the truth.
But it's the truth. It's the honest spoken free truth.
That's just the honest truth.
Yes.
That's such an interesting story. It could have been like, it's like, it's not, I love you, I want to spend forever. I would like to cover you under my medical. Will you join me?
Medically, thank you. Can you afford, can you make this possible? Thank you. But the best part was he proposed with these delicious edible, the fruit edibles arrangement. White chocolate covered pineapples, popping, fire, straight fire, amazing. The ring's pretty cool too. But
I love you guys.
I
The ring was secondary, but the food.
I told you I love to eat. I love to eat. I'm not playing with you. But we wear these ugly silver bands, so I don't even wear it. So, but some of that fruit, that white chocolate covered pineapple. Wait a minute.
That's what you remember out of everything.
That was fabulous.
I remember the engagement ring. I remember paying for the engagement ring.
Good for you. That fruit was popping.
You should have paid more to get more.
Oh my God.
All right.
Hey. It's embarrassing. So
we both remember the time a little bit differently, right?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Began, eh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Exactly. That story from the beginning and how like elaborate it was, imaginative it was, or just you guys meeting. You're like, oh, we're flying out of cars, wonderful. But the marriage is
You're
like,
so tired. I can't.
Let's do this.
That's
so
how
tired.
That's how it is.
Jesus, Kahlil, tell the truth.
Well, it happened in my mind. My mind remembers it.
Yeah, your mind, it's in your mind, eh? Good for you. It's doctor sad.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. You guys are great. Okay. My cheeks hurt. Laughing. Okay. Wait, I had a question.
Oh, you did.
Okay, so we've established that everybody's covered medically.
Yes, thank God. Oh, the kicker. Now I'm covering him and them. So
okay.
Wow.
Reciprocity, it's a beautiful thing.
Right?
It's a role, yeah. Full-time dad, part-time consultant, tech and engineering consultant, and I'm full-time, like I said, DEI professional. I'm an attorney, but I don't practice. Blogger, coacher, speaker, podcaster. What else do I do? Content creator.
You guys wear many hats. I love it. I love it.
Jamaica. That's why I rep. So. Come on.
I love it. How has parenting changed or impact the dynamic of your relationship?
That's a beautiful question. And I think that, I think for us, we try to give a good answer that doesn't scare people, because sometimes you hear people who are parents and they're like, don't do it, right?
Yeah,
And
that's us. We wear the shirts that
don't
say
do that.
stop. Like, don't even. The sex isn't
stop
worth
it.
it.
No. So it adds the complexity of, we've spent, practically 17 years, just him and I, and now there's this whole other person, which changes the dynamic of, from your sleeping to your sexy time, right, stuff like that, and it's hard. You have to flex, right? But again, this is a voluntary experience. You don't have to do this, so you have to always see the bigger picture, and we look at KJ and hopefully any future babies as our future, right? We're investing in the future of Black excellence, and to show the world the beauty of Black love and what we are capable of, because we are constantly either question limited or subdued in a way that, even how we're raising him, of wanting to make sure, I think we're going to do homeschooling, because how they treat Black boys in schools, right? Like they they constantly want to demonize, right? And challenge and diminish. And I want him to grow up seeing only possibility, not being told of limitation of who he is or the world he lives in, because yes, limitation exists, but the biggest limitation is the one you have in your mind, and and that gets played out in your life. And so for us, it's just a matter of us, I think we have even more fun together, because kids are hilarious, because they have no perspective, and they apologetics, as you see, I'm trying to have a conversation, he's attacking me. They're like cuddly vampires. They could care less, and I love it. And I think human beings are not any better or cuter than at this stage. So it's a flex, but it's a good flex. It's a new area of growth and opportunity for us both, personally, professionally, and beyond.
Well, yeah, what I would say is, what I like is, it's kind of interesting. So when he first comes, it's very stressful, and you're like trying to figure out, how do we integrate this kid into our life? How do we make sure he's taken care of, but also spend time with each other?
Yes.
Then over time, what happens is, like, after a couple months, you kind of get into a flow, and then we actually kind of just feed off each other. So we'll know, like, oh, all right, hey, it's your time. Hey, take him, or we can kind of like do tasks together, so we'll both take care of them at the same time, and we don't have to even speak to each other. We kind of just like, no, all right, do this, give me this. Hey, I need that bib, I need that bottle. It just goes back and forth, and I think that's kind of cool, that kind of teamwork where you don't even have to think about it. You just do it. We don't have to even do like eye contact. We just know, all right, here's the baby, here, do this, and it's all just in your mind. And I think I think that this is like a next stage of our love, really, where
absolutely.
we can work together on growing this child, teaching him things that we agree upon. It's really like a great moment. It's just that those first months, though, are hard, and it's very stressful, and you're like, ooh, this is tough. I don't know. I mean, this is rough. But after a while, then it starts to flow, and you feel like, wow, I mean, we weren't doing this all of our life. Like, it just feels like you just so natural at it, and now we can just do it, and no issues at all. So it's definitely, I think it's a good thing to do for couples that are really close to each other. Like, it really helps you can flourish your relationship, really.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, love it.
I have a question for you. So Kahlil, so you're a stay-at-home dad?
Yeah, right now I've transitioned to that now. Yeah, I'm a
Me
stay-at-home dad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Nice.
you too?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
So am I.
Nice.
So my question for you is, so you were working and then you transitioned to stay-home dad. What was that like? What was that transition from working to now I'm at home with this baby, and just like, how did that feel for you?
So it's like kind of twofold. So like, on one hand, I was tired of like commuting, losing about 10 hours out of my day going to an on-site location to work. But then on the other hand, what I found is, like, now I kind of like have less time to do little side projects or any other kind of little tasks that I had. I thought maybe in the beginning, I probably thought, hey, I'm going to be at home, so now that's great. I have time to accomplish all these like little checklists that I have. And then you get home and you're like, wow, this kid needs a lot of attention. So do everything that I thought I was going to do. I could try to lose a little bit more sleep, but too bad, he gets up early, so I still have to get up early as well with him. So in that regards, like, yeah, I lose the time, and now I can't accomplish as much as I thought I would, but I actually prefer that, because I was really tired of like commuting every day, to be honest. I was just like fed up with it, and going to work and kind of like just being there, and sometimes feeling like, all right, I finished. Can I just go home now? Because I don't like that the job is like, oh, it's 9 to 5, no matter what. Even if you finish your work early, just stay there and kind of just like wait it out and think about what you're going to do later. So now it's more like I'm a consultant, so I'll get a task that I need to accomplish. I can take as whatever time it needs to get that done. I'll get that done. You know, I'll submit it and see if I need to do more, but it's a lot less just like stuck in this 9 to 5 thing. It's like, all right, just complete your task, see how it goes, and discuss with the client. I love that. I don't like going in and just kind of like wasting time. I feel it was a waste for me, and there was still things I'd rather spend time at home getting things done, spend more time with him, spend more time even just seeing my wife. That was good. So I prefer being the stay-at-home dad. Like I still like it so far, even though I got to change those diapers. Whew. It's still worth it. Like I'll do that over the commute that I had before. I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Love it.
All right. So yeah, I always find it interesting when I see a stay-at-home dad, because it's interesting to be out there in the workforce and doing things. And then now I'm at home. And now I'm just diapers or driving kids to school or taking them to activities or dealing with them. It's always interesting to see which people prefer. I was working, and then the place I was working said, we don't really need you to come in ever. So eventually I just, I became a stay-at-home dad. And I'm like, I like it. I like hanging out with my kids. I think I'm not sure everybody likes that. I enjoy it. So it's a certain
temperament, right? Because like from a process, like he's super heavy. And as you can probably tell, I'm super demanding, right? And so I think that there's a level of patience and calmness that, I have the emotional intelligence to understand that that's an area of growth that I can work on. Thank you, Jesus. And and it's an evolving journey, and I'm completely at step 1. And he's along on that journey. So he has a better temperament, because as he knows, after a while I'm like, oh, doing too much. Okay. Like I'm an excellent parent if you want to have fried chicken, if you want to nap, if you want to eat ice cream, if you would like to go shopping. Excellent shopper, excellent buyer, excellent at napping. I thrive in those spaces. Right? Like I thrive there.
These couples don't mix. If you like napping, y'all should be together.
Nobody would get anything done.
You would just be asleep all the time.
Pass out, so you have to know your strengths and weaknesses. And I work from home. And so even though, yes, I work like 18 hours a day, I definitely will take breaks throughout it so I can cuddle, kiss, right? We don't hug or kiss, we snuggers. We give a good snuggers, and he loves it. And I'm the nurturing, right? The mama, soft. Oh, it's time to beat on your tatas. Excellent. Come my way. And then when I have a meeting,
I'm more methodical with everything. So he can be wailing and screaming. She'll be super annoyed, but I can just look at him with a straight face and just goes right past me.
I know, it's incredible.
We got to get this done, man.
No, I had a very intolerant Jamaican father, so I can't hear yelling and screaming. I'm like, hey, and he'll even look at me like, oh, I upset mama. Yep. And so it's time. Shut it up. Yep, excellent. We have to have peace. Remember, peace is the goal and the objective. Always.
Agreed.
But we only have one. You have 4, right? So I don't know what peace looks like in your home.
No.
I don't even know what that word is.
No.
It's like a foreign word.
We've been looking for that for about 17 years now. Yeah, so we're hoping to find it.
Okay. Well, I'll pray for you.
Please do. It's necessary.
Oh no. Oh boy.
Okay, so we always ask our couples this question, and I am super curious. I think I kind of have a clue as to what each of you might say, but if you had to pick one way or one characteristic that you've seen has improved or changed within yourself as a result of being with the other. So for Kahlil, as a result of being with Natasha, how are you better? Or Natasha, as a result of being with Kahlil, how are you better?
Oh wow,
that's a beautiful question.
This is a good one, because what I'd say, you would never guess it. I know
Me?
they wouldn't. I mean, she wouldn't guess it. I know
okay.
you think you know, but from the conversation, there's no
Okay.
way.
You know, but you have no idea.
So since you're
It's
so
true.
excited, I think you should
I
go
know,
first,
and you can
love.
tell me. Yeah, I might be wrong, but
Do share, do share.
so I feel like being with her has made me more of a risk taker. She's given me like insurance that I can
Nice.
accomplish things that I thought never possible. I could take more risks. I could say, hey, I'm gonna get this big purchase because we'll be okay, things like that. Or, oh, we can go across the country like we
Yeah.
did. We went from New York to Arizona and we didn't have
Mhm.
jobs, but
Yeah, no
we said,
jobs,
hey,
and
let's go there and
We
we're
can
going to
do
start
it.
a new life there. But
Yeah.
only through her, I would have even thought that we could do that. I always wanted to live on the West Coast, but
yeah,
only through her was it gave me that push that say, hey, let's just do it. It doesn't matter. Let's just try. Let's go ahead. We want to live
Yeah.
here. We don't want to be stuck in these cold weather. Why are we
Ugh,
dealing with this?
Jesus.
So go ahead and do it. So that's
Yeah.
what's really cool because I didn't think I can be pushed to those levels. And I don't think of myself as a fearful person, but I'm kind of like, I take my precautions. And like I said, I like to calculate things and make sure
Calculated risk.
things that I want to
Yeah.
make sure like I know what's kind of going to happen. I don't want to just take the big risk and say, all right, whatever,
Yeah.
let's go traveling and
Yeah.
let's be just these monks that travel all over the world. Like I never thought like that, but
Yeah.
she pushes me to do certain things and I say, hey, I'll do it. Let's go. She gives me that confidence.
That's so sweet. I love
Yeah.
that you say that.
That's
That's so
good.
sweet. Okay, so for me, I would say being with Kahlil, oh God, I mean, there's been so many evolvements and growth from our relationship, but I think the one I'm most grateful for is that you've made me stronger in that I feel like because I have your support and because I know that you've got my back, that I can do anything. So like in my mind, I'm Superwoman. And then in reality, I can do it and I can push through. And same thing, like when I was studying for the bar exam, you know, I was nervous because New York is the second hardest bar exam to pass in the country. And this was before they changed it. So this was a time where it was, I don't say now it's easier, but it technically, I think it is. And ultimately, you know, every day I say, oh God, Kahlil, can I do this? And he'd be like, what do you mean you've already passed the bar exam? Like he helped me learn how to be a better manifester. And he's like, you already did it. We're just getting up to that day. And it's just stuff like that, just like his absolute belief in knowing that if I know he believes I can do it, then there's no stopping me, you know? And so he's made me stronger. Yeah.
And I'm honest about it though. I'm not like those people that say, hey, you can go to the moon. So that's a good too. There's people that will tell you that.
I was about to say a word I should not say.
No, but you know the little people that say, hey, you can do
He had to
anything.
rope in that practicality.
Yeah, I'm very practical. That's the thing. So it's not like I'm just like, hey,
Well, yes.
you
If
can
I
do
was like,
everything you want
hey,
to.
can I become Barbie? No. The answer is no.
Can you be a great ballet dancer? I mean, yeah, that's the thing.
Absolutely.
Oh my
You
God.
gotta be honest. Like, yeah.
Realistic confidence. That's what you
Exactly.
instill in
Yeah,
her.
you
Realistic
pragmatic
confidence.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
like that. I like that.
I love you guys.
Oh my
Thank
goodness.
you.
Thanks.
Okay. So let us know where our listeners can keep up with you guys. What are you guys up to? Like promote.
Perfect. Thank you. So again, thank you for having us. I know y'all didn't know you were going to laugh this hard. So that really warms my heart because like low-key want to do stand-up too, like at some point in my life.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah, no.
you're giving them an
I
exclusive
think-
here.
I think we're super funny and we're ridiculous.
You are.
together.
You are
I mean, we think
hilarious.
This is fun. This is our life all day
She's-
long.
but I'm not funny.
Literally.
That's the thing. I'm just very like stand-up
Foolish. You
guy.
mean foolish.
I don't
I'm
have
funny
any
and you're
jokes.
foolish. Excellent. And so
I don't
the
know.
2 F's, wonderful. And so you can find us at WokeNFree.com. That's WokenFree.com. All our social media handles are there. What are we currently up to? So, you know, we've been featured as a Podbean podcast. We're featured on this app called the Newsly app, which is a really cool app that talks out the news to you in human voice. So in the event that you don't want to read your news anymore, you can now have it read to you in human voice. And so we're a featured podcast there. And so we're just really working on growth and visibility for our podcast and getting the word out, getting people to understand that you can have educational and entertaining conversations. If you enjoyed this, then you'll love our riot that happens every WokeNFree Wednesday. And yeah, just continue to urge people to think and to question things and to be present in your life and just have fun. You know, life gets funnier by the minute. And and despite all the horrible things that is happening in this world, always be grateful, right? Be grateful for the lessons learned and And if you're thinking about having kids do it, you'll laugh. it will be a riot and a half. It will be something. I'll tell you that.
So I mean, we should just mention some of the platforms we're on. So
yeah,
we're on Podbean first, but
Yep.
then we're on Spotify, we're on iTunes, we're on Google Podcasts, we're on SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, we're on
Pandora.
TuneIn Radio,
Yep.
Pandora.
30 plus platforms. We have a book,
Yeah.
WokeNFree 86 Facts of Life. We have an Audible course all about the law of attraction.
Yes.
So once you go into any of our episodes on WokeNFree.com, you'll be able to see all that good jazz.
And we love the comments, so you can go on WokeNFree.com and you can download the Podbean app, and there you'll be able to comment on our episodes. You can also comment on the YouTube
Channel,
our
our
YouTube
channel,
episodes,
yeah.
because we upload up onto YouTube, and then you can make your comments there,
Oh.
and we respond to our comments. So yeah,
Yeah.
any of those platforms you can reach us. We have Instagram, you can reach us there.
Look at you.
He's got it all down. He's
Oh,
like,
Yeah.
so beautiful. Thank you.
Thank
We will
you.
have everything in the show notes. That way, everybody who is listening, you have no excuse. You got to get on it. WokeNFree. I'm going to
Woohoo!
subscribe. We got to get in there.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
I am so appreciative for all of the laughs. My cheeks literally do hurt. Like they really do.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I know, but I'm appreciative of it. I needed that. That means that I don't know. I haven't been laughing lately. Like maybe I'm not surrounded by funny people. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
snap.
No shade.
We don't know.
Well,
We don't know. It could be anything. It could be
The
anything.
Wow, the shade is legit. Like
be
it's
anything.
Okay, you feel that?
The
Wow.
show-
yeah. I felt the sun and now I don't. Wow.
Well,
Wow.
maybe
Hold on,
maybe
wow.
you can go get our ice cream cake and
In a blizzard.
Yes.
in a blizzard.
In a blizzard. We gotta wait for
on a blizzard.
We in Florida though. There's no
And it'll
blizzards
be
coming.
even more.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But thank you guys so much. It was such a
Thank you for
fun.
having us.
It was an honor to speak with you guys. Your energy, you guys, there's no way to be like sad or upset around you. You can't help. You guys uplift with ease. And I need to dive into that catalog of your episodes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Thank you.
these kids have a way of time, pull you down, but I feel like your energy just bring me back up. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
good to hear. But
Thank you.
thank you for the time. It was fun, wasn't it?
It was. I think we have learned a lot today. I
Mhm.
think we have experienced a lot of laughter and joy and
Mhm.
fun.
Mhm.
But most of all, we've come to the conclusion that love is practical.
Practical. I think that would
Oh,
fit.
wow.
Practical.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Love
like
is many things.
But this good love is Black.